And welcome to New Hampshire Motor Speedway qualifying underway for the Low Drag Esports Truck Series, part of the Sidewinder Racing League. Check them all out at discord.gg/Sidewinder. Majority of them free leagues. Great place to come and race. Drivers starting to put laps down. Andrew Beach, first one to get one complete here. Goes to the top of the charts. Ian Montrose P2. Travis Martin, the Ghost Man. Number 63 truck, top of the board. F-150 Ford truck at the top. A bunch of Chevys behind him. Out on track, Casey Graves, Lucas Weissman, Cody Brown. Lucas about to put a lap down, see what he puts in. Ian's second lap goes quicker than Beach, moves up to second. It's like Lucas just taking the green flag there. Travis to the line on his second lap. A little bit quicker, 31.108. Picks up about roughly a half tenth. Makes it that much harder for someone to top him. Lucas and Hayden are going to try their damnedest. Probably Giglio as well. Those three very good at qualifying. Needs Lucas to complete his first one. And already beats him with a 30.980. Beats him by over a tenth of a second. Lucas can really put it on him here at this track. Runs a very, very low line. Cody Brown goes to fourth, jumps over Andrew Beach, 30.202. Sounds good, Matt. Lucas, the second lap, even faster, 30.906. Goes 2/10 now quicker than Travis Martin. Check on Casey Graves. Gets right up by the wall in that True Speed Toyota. Colin Teague picked up a meatball. That's not good. Looks like he did it after his qualifying lap, though. Graves to the line. Does he pick it up? He does improve. Goes to second with a 31.015. Hayden Lowell heading out there in the Napa truck, as is Blake Giglio. Two more threats to the pole. I believe both these trucks will be in contention for the top spot. Hayden runs it out of turn 4 onto the front stretch, and he'll start his first timed lap. See how much gap he has on Blake. There's Blake coming out of 4. Blake sliding it out of 4. Man, he's really trying to hustle that truck. So Hayden will be just a little bit ahead. Also out on track, you have Cliff Mullins in the 37. TJ Floyd in the 49, and Mike Edwards in the 14. Golden Eagle Syrup Toyota. Still out on track, Mac Menke sits in 9th. Mike Edwards goes up to 7th. First lap for him. Hayden, a 30.93. Good enough for second. Second truck to go under 31 seconds. Blake Giglio, the third truck to go under 31 seconds. He sets a 30.963, and it is going to be tight here for the pole. Most trucks picked up a little bit of lap number 2. We'll see if Hayden and Blake can pick up enough to dethrone Lucas. First one back to the line is going to be Hayden. Over the stripe, we have a slower lap for Hayden. He'll stay second. Blake Giglio coming out of turn number 4. Gets way out of shape and smacks the wall, and that means Lucas will be your pole sitter. Lucas White's at the top of the board as neither truck could improve on lap number 2. Let's see if we can get a quick chat with Golden Boy, as he is affectionately known as. Track down Mr. 97. Oh, Lucas, DG, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, you had 2 bullets coming at you there right at the end, and you held off to get the pole over Hayden Hall and Blake Giglio. Were you nervous a little bit?
Yeah, Hayden looked like he was on a heater, and he was. I mean, 10 thousandths off of me, so really good lap by him. Blake looked like he was doing pretty good, and then he just ran out of time and hit the wall, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But, yeah, those two, Casey was fastest in practice, I think, or really up there, so he's going to be fast. I mean, there's a lot of heavy hitters out here tonight. It's going to be crazy if it goes green. I hope it does.
Well, a lot of chatter in the Discord has been Lucas is going to dominate here tonight, and, well, you're on the pole, so there's not a lot of hope for that not to be true, but how do we feel about those opinions?
There's shifting going on because the gear's really tall,
Yep.
and that's certainly thrown a wrench in how I drive this thing here, so I don't know. It's going to take some adapting for race pace for me.
Yeah, you weren't as on the apron as you were before. Are we going to see you down there a little bit later on or what?
Yeah, it's gonna be good for passing people, I think, but for just normal line, it's a lot scarier to do that. So I think you're gonna see mostly everybody kind of run up in the normal spot.
10-4. Well, good luck. Thanks for talking to us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lucas Oyster on the 97, your pole sitter here tonight. So we get ready to run through our starting grid. What the hell? I don't know where that came from. We're running through our starting grid presented by our friends at the Wannagoons. I'm still laughing at that. Here we go. Lucas Oyster, your pole sitter in the 712 brakes. LH Designs Chevrolet. Hayden Lowell, the Napa Chevy, starts in second. Blake Giglio, Shineway Chevy in third. Casey Graves, True Speed Toyota rolls off fourth. Travis Martin, the Ghostman Ford in fifth. Ian Montrose, C2X Chevy in sixth. Cody Brown in the Harley Davidson Chevy starts in seventh. Andrew Beach, Sidepipe Chevy in eighth. Cliff Mullins, Curly Guns and More Chevrolet in ninth. Mike Edwards, Golden Eagle Syrup Toyota in 10th. Colin Teague joined Bass Pro Ford in 11th. Matt Benke, the Victoria's Secret Chevy in 12th. Daniel Llewellyn, 712 Brake Chevy 13th. TJ Floyd, Air Force Chevy in 14th. Quinn Newton, 712 Brake Chevrolet 15th. Gatlin Downey starts 16th in a double quick Chevrolet. He's chosen to start from the pit lane. Nick Cooper starts his Mobile 1 Toyota in 17th. Brad Wilson, Shenandoah Shine Ford in 18th. Jay Munch has the Raptor Chevy starting 19th. Dave Hoitzma, the 712 Brake Chevy, starts in 20th. Michael Deach, the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, starts in 21st. And Jeremy Shearer, beautiful throwback. Love this scheme. Starts the Dale Jr. Motorsports, I don't know what you call it, little red fellas. We're just going to call it the Libby Tune Chevy in 22nd. I've never learned the Red Monster's name from all those tunes. Is that bad? I don't know. I don't know it. Hayden has passed the pace car. 130 laps. Halfway points at the end of lap 65. Getting ready to roll here from New Hampshire. A short pace lap, but it's a mile track, so we don't get two. That's why we rolled through the starting lineup so fast. Green flag out in the air. Here we go. Low Drag Esports Truck Series from New Hampshire. Oh my gosh, starting lineup thing's in the way, and I heard somebody smack the wall. Matt Benke and TJ Floyd. What had happened? Oh, that's what I heard. Matt Benke down into Daniel Llewellyn. Looks like he broke loose on entry. Maybe a little bit of issue with the brake bias there. Let's try to take a look, see what happens to the 35 from up above. So he's starting behind Edwards. Llewellyn is alongside. Floyd is behind. Do we get contact on entry? Oh, TJ Floyd gets into the back of Matt Benke, sends him up the hill, and then Brad Wilson gets into TJ Floyd and finishes off the second truck there. Well, that is what happens. TJ Floyd into the back of Matt Benke, and then Wilson in the back of Floyd, and both of them go into the outside wall on the first corner of the race. Doesn't bode well for the rest of the race, and well, Lucas already has his not green the whole way problem. TJ Floyd got a meatball, and I think he's already gone. I think the 49 truck has disappeared. Yep, no 49 truck no longer. Is that Gatlin Downey stuck behind? Yeah, because Gatlin Downey started from the pit lane, so he didn't get to the start-finish line in time. He's going to have to wait until we get the one to green. He'll get the wave around, but at the moment, trapped behind the pace car. That's awkward. Mike Edwards has picked up the black flag. Not sure what happened to Mikey. Mikey is now gone. What in the world? Oh, he just sped down the pit lane and decided that was enough for tonight. Okay. We're down to 20 trucks, just like that.
Where's my teammate at, 51?
TJ, what happened? You ran over a feller, then got ran over. Give us a report of what happened. Lucas faking to the pit lane.
You, Casey.
Well, considering pit lane was closed, it did.
Stop.
Alright, so Hayden, Blake, and Lucas are all in the same Discord tonight. Casey and Nick Cooper hanging out with Brad Wilson. Never know who's going to be on what Discord. Discord channel. It's always games of who's going to be where. You said something about going green, so of course first corner we get a crash.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the blame for this one.
But it's Dave week.
It's Dave week.
Alright, good luck.
Thanks.
Pace car is about to head off. We're going to try again. Maybe this time we can get going.
Yeah, Hayden a teddy bear.
Hayden got caught napping. Lucas clears out there. Michael Deach all the way to the inside, right past the start finish lane. Blake's all the way on the apron. Saw them use that in another series. Working fairly decently here. Casey Graves on the outside. Going to pull off the third place maneuver. Blake drops to fourth. Ian Montrose in fifth. Travis Martin looking to take that away. Blake goes to the apron again. This time not as much. Kind of diamonding the corner. Ian way up the hill. Everyone else kind of lockstep. Ian scrapes the wall there.
You are all over the place.
Yeah. I don't know where he's at.
I think they're talking about the 37. A few times this week we've seen Cliff having some connection issues, so that's not good. Hopefully get that sorted. Maybe Peaches has got a hairdryer plugged in or something. Lucas out in front. Hayden Law, Casey Graves. And Mr. Blake Giglio fourth. Oh, big slide out of him as he goes to the wall and he gets Travis. Travis is sliding up the track. They all save it. That could have been way worse. Now those two trucks very fast. Going to have to recover and get back up through the field.
I'm sorry, Travis. Do you have any damage? I think I'm okay. Definitely 4 tires.
That was wild. He drops Travis to 14th and Blake to 16th. Casey Graves moves up to 3rd. Ian Montrose now 4th. Andrew Beach 5th. Colin Teague is 6th. Cody Brown in 7th. Quentin Newton 8th. Daniel Lawal in 9th. And Cliff Mullins still hangs in the top 10. Michael Deach, Jay Munch right there 11th and 12th. Battling side by side. Deach the Hendrick Cars.com blue and white. Jay Munch in the Raptor Chevy. Heads up, coming up April 5th. Oh my gosh, Michael Deach goes way out of shape as soon as I was about to talk about the kids race. That lets Travis get back up to 13th already. Oh, we have the kids race coming up on April 5th. It's a Saturday. A bunch of kids from a Tennessee elementary school make paint schemes for us, and we go race them so they can enjoy seeing their artwork out on track. Should be a good time. Make sure you come check that out. He prizes to everybody. If you want to get in on that race, let me know. And we can get you taken care of. Still got a few spots left for some drivers. To win that race is $50 to the winner. Highest driver gaining positions, hardest charger, whatever you want to call that, they get $10. The driver that makes the most pit stops, they get $5. Silly prizes we have for that race because it's a kids race, supposed to have fun. Hayden keeping Lucas in check here. 10 laps complete. Lucas has not run away yet. Hayden a big bobble out of 2. Casey Graves brushed the wall coming out of 2. Right front maybe starting to go for some of these guys. I know the setup's a bit tight. Drivers have gotten a bit quiet. Starting to focus. Colin Teague, normally see him a lot on speedways and mile and a half. Not used to seeing him on these intermediates. A 1 mile track. Cody Brown in 7th, Quinn Newton 8th, Daniel Wallen and Cliff. Brad Wilson after that early issue of running in the back of TJ Floyd after Floyd got in back of Benke. So much chrome in the field tonight? Yeah. It's kind of common for the truck series. A lot of the guys in the series are just like, ooh, shiny. Travis Martin 13th now. Cliff Mullins behind Daniel Wallen. I don't know if Daniel got the wall or Cliff got the wall coming out of turn 2, but one of them got it and Cliff got out of shape, either avoiding it or after hitting it. Shitty things go wrong. Cliff under all kinds of pressure. He's trying to put the move on Daniel Llewellyn, then has 3 trucks stacked up behind him. Brad Wilson trying to make a move here on Joel Munchel. Ford versus Chevy. See if Wilson can pull off the pass here on the inside. Travis Martin just behind, waiting in the wings. Deach got out of shape coming out of Ford. Fortunately didn't get into Scherer. It's really hard to keep your truck under power on the inside lane and keep up any kind of speed, and that's what we're seeing coming off these corners. The inside is the shorter way around, but the outside can keep the momentum up and have a little bit better exit, and it makes it really hard to pass. You'll see the best way to pass is to kind of enter a little bit higher if you can, and drive it down off the corner on exit. Try to straighten it out so that you can keep your momentum up. Kind of what you see Brad Wilson do there. Got up in the middle of the corner a bit, turned it down to get a straighter exit. Able to stay alongside Jay Munch. So he's now tucked in behind Cliff Mullins as Mullins battles Llewellyn. Daniel goes way up the hill. I believe that's going to be a little too high up the hill. Not an optimum line there. Gets into the wall as he comes out of the corner. Causes mayhem around him as he gets into Brad Wilson twice there. Jeez. Brad Wilson be putting on an alert there. Brad Wilson then pushes Daniel up in the corner as retaliation. Jay Munch then gets into Daniel. Daniel getting abused there. Drops all the way back to the 13th spot. Cliff Mullins moves up to 9th now. Brad Wilson 10th. Travis Martin 11th. Daniel's back to the inside of Jay Munch. I don't know if the contact is done there. See Giglio and Mullins on the flat of the racetrack. Trying to get those trucks to rotate. Deach still having trouble coming out of that 4 as the back end of that Hendrick car's Chevrolet keeps dancing around. Just ahead of Nick Cooper there. Nick, fantastic dirt racer. Out here giving these asphalt races a try. Teammates to Casey Graves, who's up in that 4th spot, 3rd spot in the 4 truck. Lucas Whiteside, Hayden Lowe, your top 2. Hayden still keeping that 3/10 on him. Lucas has gone to that bottom line to try it out and see what he can get out of it. Saw him do this in Xfinity. It worked pretty well. There's no out of bounds at this track. Can go all the way down there. Hayden put a pretty good speed that lap. Nearly gets to the outside of Hayden. Man, that was close. Hayden applying pressure using the normal racing line. Lucas is trying to get it to rotate using that flat. The more you can wedge and de-wedge the car, the more rotation you get out of it. If you can hang on to it. Sometimes it's a little too much. Hayden now going to look to the inside, keep Lucas up off that bottom lane. Hayden can see if he can do it better. Not as much. Lucas was able to put down a little bit better time down there in that flat. Hayden gave it a try, knows what he's got now. We saw this last time in the Xfinity race when Lucas ran down there. Everyone kept trying it. Nobody could do it like Lucas. Blake could do it for a little while. But for the most part, Lucas was just an alien, running that flat and keeping up the speed. I have to wonder which one burns up the tire a little more, because there's so many surface changes going from the racing surface to the flat. Hayden is studying right now and trying to figure it out. Casey Graves still in 3rd. He and Montrose 4th. Andrew Beach 5th. Those guys all kind of separated. And Colin Teague has a hornet's nest behind him. It's Teague, Brown, Wilson made his way up to 8th. On the outside of Quinn Newton. Travis Martin's there. T-Mart was running in top 5 before his incident with Giglio. They look like they're pack racing. All piled up on top of each other. was essentially 6th through the rest of the top 10 and down all the way to 13th. Big pile of trucks. Here comes Blake throwing it down there on the inside. That was pretty wild looking. Blake trying to get past J Munch, the back part of this pack. Luke is starting to put a little gap on Hayden now. I don't know if Hayden made a mistake and fell back, or Lucas is just steady pulling away at this point. We watch this craziness back here. It's Andrew Beach out in front of this pack. Colin Teague, Cody Brown, Brad Wilson, 88 of Quinn Newton, 63 of Travis Martin, 37. There's Cliff Mullins. J Munch is in there. See Nick Cooper starting to catch him. Cooper in 14th right now. Like Giglio, we're going 3 wide in New Hampshire. Why not? Blake can run it so low. Oh, little bang on the door there from Cliff Mullins into Blake Giglio. Actually bends that right front. Right front nose of the 16 is now bent in a little bit. Contact from Cliff Mullins. Shouldn't be too much of an issue here, but you never know. Odd how quiet they're being. They did pick up a 4X. They hit hard enough to get the 4 incident points out of that. They don't have an incident limit in this series, so don't have to worry about it. It's usually just GT3 and Sidecar and CTC that you have to worry about those. Quinn Newton, Cody Brown, battle for 8th. Brad Wilson's moved out of this pack and caught up to Colin Teague, trying to take over the 6th spot. And Newton, 712 brake Chevy, trying to get inside the Harley Chevy. Oh, you see Travis big out of shape in the Ghostman Ford. It goes all the way to the inside wall, but kind of eased his way there to try and keep the truck under control and keeping momentum up. Blake Giglio gets up the hill and into Cody Brown a little bit. They made door-to-door contact. Blake fishtailing every which way, which is funny because he has a fish on his truck. Cody slipped back a little bit. None of these trucks have pit inside the top 13 except for Brad Wilson, who had to come down and check out the truck after a little bit of contact early in the race. Took 17 seconds to repair. Cliff Mullins trying to take a 9th spot away from Cody. Brad Wilson, meanwhile, tracking down Colin Teague. The Fords 51 and 52.
Sorry.
Shied by Shine Digo. Sounds like Travis high-fived somebody. Nick Cooper's caught this big group. Remember, he was way back there with Daniel Llewellyn. Michael Deach, well off the pace. Colin Teague and Brad Wilson, they make door-to-door contact. We've seen that a number of times already this race. Still 100 laps to go. We're high-fiving, door slamming frequently. Hayden's now 2.8 seconds behind Lucas, so it is a steady fall away for that Napa truck. They're still banging doors. Look at Colin Teague and Brad Wilson. It's going at it. I think the more door slamming you do, the advantage is going to go to the inside truck because they can just push you up the hill. Wilson sliding the back end, trying to stay off of Teague. I think Ford would step in and say, hey, don't wreck both our trucks. He's going to side draft him. He's clear, finally. Brad Wilson gets ahead of Colin Teague. Now he can try to run down Andrew Beach in the 5th spot. Beach having a good race so far. He's about 3 seconds up the road. Colin Teague now has to deal with Colin Quinn. Quinn's in the 8th spot. Quinn Newton, gold Chevrolet, peek to the inside. Drives it on down there. You see Blake Giglio entering the picture, currently in 9th. And Quinn will have to try and fight the same fight Wilson just finished off, trying to pass on the inside of Colin Teague. And Blake Giglio just continues to run that apron. See if Quinn can side draft to 52 and pull him back a little bit. Side draft does still work. Not too huge effect, but does still work here. Quinn may have it completed here. Slide up the hill in front of Colin. And Colin with the big fishtail. That's going to help. As Quinn Newton takes over the spot into 7th clean. Blake Giglio goes the outside of Colin Teague. That should be helpful for Blake. Make his pass a little easier. Doesn't have to battle on that low line. And he'll go around the outside of Colin Teague. Move up into 8th. He'll try to fight Quinn Newton now. Catches Quinn Newton off guard on corner exit there. Newton had to pinch it down a little bit. Blake going to try and wrap the outside and move up to 7th. There is Andrew Beach, Brad Wilson, and then these two. Brad Wilson has cut the gap down to Andrew Beach a little bit. It was 3 seconds, now it's 2.4. Blake just ever so lightly scraped the wall there. Blake was running that low line for so long. Now he's stuck on the outside of Quinn Newton. Quinn doesn't want to give it up. Those are low drag teammates, and they're racing hard for that spot. 35 laps into the race. Nick Cooper working his way up. He's up to 11th. That Mobile 1 Toyota in the background of this group. Right behind Cliff Mullins. Will Blake ever cross him over? Here he goes. He let Quinn get by and clear. Back to the bottom goes Blake, where he was more comfortable. Now Blake all the way down the apron where he likes to be. Here Lucas Ayo to help make passes down there. He'll take the short way around and get the truck hooked up and slowly inch by inch work his way past Quinn Newton. It's one of those tracks where, well, unless you do that, it's very difficult to do a whole lot of passing at once. Well, Blake just overdrove the entry, got past Quinn, moved up the hill. Quinn's going to try to fight back on the inside, but not quite there. And Blake up to the 7th spot. Checking on Ian running in the 4th behind Casey Graves there. Casey 7 seconds back of our leader, and we get a caution as we look away from all the shenanigans. Michael Deach. What happened to the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet? Working through 3 and 4. Back in comes around on him, coming out of turn number 4, where he locks it down to not get into anybody's way. That is your caution as see Hayden drive by. The trucks were already going a lap down. He was 2 laps down, so it doesn't really help him that the caution came out. That should be lucky dog to Gatlin Downey. Drivers are oddly quiet. Oh, yeah, it's on. It's definitely on. Pit lane. Busy. Understatement. Everybody coming.
I like boobies.
Heck yeah, Jake, who doesn't? Lucas, the pole sitter, misses his box a little bit. Had to back it up. I don't know if that's going to be that big of a deal. He had a pretty decent gap coming in. I think him and Hayden will be about the same time dropping the jack. So Lucas should be fine. Yep. Got lucky that Hayden was a little bit further behind on the entry here. Dave has stayed out. I wonder if he wanted to lead a lap or what the deal is here. But there's Daddy Dave out in front. Bit of an odd development.
How'd
We
you
don't
not get a penalty there?
have Daddy Dave on radio tonight.
Hmm?
Yeah, you're way above the line for the cone.
I don't know. I think some tracks are more like lax with it because of the situation. This might be one of those.
Dave gets a penalty for pitting the second lap, which is a hold. I don't know if he's going to continue on after that. Dave entering a closed pit does not stay out. Like Gatlin Downey has disappeared. Thought he was going to be the lucky dog. The track looked on his truck and it doesn't show nothing. What happened to Gatlin? Well, 23 is an idiot, says Avid. That's pretty common for Avid. Avid makes that comment about every race 23 is in. Daniel's still on the lead lap in 15th. Green flag back out in the air. Lucas clears Hayden on the restart. Montrose trying to take advantage of Casey Graves' bad start there, as does Brad Wilson. Where's Old Beach running? Hello, Dakota. Old Beach is running 9th. Just after the restart here. Beach had been running better. He was 5th most of that last run. Old Giglio out of shape, and Cody Brown's around in the background. Matt Benke bounces it off the wall. Someone's tailgate goes flying. What had happened to Cody Brown? Did he lose it on his own? It's an easy place to do that coming out of 4.
Blake Giglio has been docked, everybody. We have breaking news.
Yep, back end comes around in 17, and then his teammate Joel Munchell finishes him off. Matt Benke comes in there, loses a tailgate, goes flying into the pit lane. Matt Benke doesn't hit a truck, but hits the wall, picks up a 2X. Cody Brown goes around first on his own volition, and then a little assistance from Joel Munchell, and Matt Benke spun it again. Did not know that. Let's check in on Matt here. Get the drones out and see what happened to him in the second corner. Oh, I think the back end and not having a back bumper may have played a role in that one. Yep. That, and it could be a little bit of suspension damage too. You know how these trucks are in the rear these days, the new updates. It is very difficult. Very, very difficult. Go back to Cody again. Jump, 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 jump. He'll start to slide on his own here coming out of 4. And then the 69 Raptor Chevy is going to polish off the rest of the action there. Daniel makes a nice move to get through there. Matt Benke clips the right front of the 17 and tailgate goes flying. Does Scherer miss all that? It's going to be a tight window for Scherer. Nope. He's the reason tailgate goes flying. Okay. Scherer gets a little damage. Came down, fixed that up. 30 seconds worth of damage to fix for him. Let's see, Daniel. And right behind it. Splits the gap and makes it through there. Nicely done, Daniel. Dave still has that penalty to serve, but unable to under the green flag conditions. Dave back in his box. It's like a top off of the fuel tank for Dave. And he can uncheck all the boxes and come back down, try to serve that stop and go penalty. If you stop in the box, it'll be 40 seconds if you actually have things for your crew to do still turned on, but if you turn them off, he can get going again. How many cautions so far? I believe this is 2 or 3. I don't remember how many we had recently. Yeah, 1 at the start, then we went green for a while. And then if it's 2 or 3, I don't know if we had 1 or 2 here recently. Lost count. 2 and 3 are numbers too big for my head. Pace vehicles off. Green flag back out on the air. Lucas fights with Hayden Lowell. Lucas gets the jump once again. Seen that episode a time or two. Montrose and Wilson side by side for that 3rd spot. They come straight at us down the backstretch.
Taking inside on me.
And Wilson clears to third. 3, thank you, Hayes. Couldn't remember first 1 or 2 recently. I felt like it's a bit of a caution situation. Daddy Dave going to serve his black flag. Hopefully he gets on the pit lane. And now if a caution came out, it'd be great for Daddy Dave. But hopefully he has everything turned off, so it's a quick stop and go for him and get back out there and compete for a lucky dog. Currently only truck a lap down is Jeremy Scher. And Lucas is coming around and putting his dad a lap down. Truck's weaving every which way coming out of turn 4 here at Ian. With the holy shit. Oh, Beach is around. There is our 4th caution. What happened here? Andrew Beach. Oh, Cliff Mullins. Andrew Beach, both into the inside wall. How did that happen? Far chase. That's the rear chase. Let's go far. There we go. Travis Martin, Cliff Mullins. Oh. 3 C2X trucks all wreck each other. Alright. That's awkward. Let's back it up and see what happened to Ian in the first place. He's coming out of turn 4, running 4th. Back in, steps out huge on him. He saves the race truck. And here comes the field that didn't get sideways. Big head of steam. And Cliff clips the Montrose machine, and then there they go to the inside wall. You ever see that movie Days of Thunder, where they're talking to the race team, talking about how they wrecked each other, and the owner goes like, "We look like a bunch of monkeys fucking a football out there." It's kind of what just happened. 3 C2X trucks getting together there. Ungood. I don't know if Cliff just thought he was clear, or Ian was maybe drifting the tiniest bit and Cliff didn't have a lot of room. I don't even know who to put that on, really. Just ungood. Dalton says, "I'm glad I wasn't the third."
Get it, but I'll take it.
Ooh, lucky dog, huh?
I don't know what we're hunting. I don't know what they're hunting. Blake Giglio on the pit lane. J Much on the pit lane.
I have a
Waller.
question.
I have a question.
Kind of want to know his question.
I faked the pit road and now I have to let Brad and Quinn by, but nobody else. What in the hell?
Play stupid games, get stupid results.
If I clipped anything, it would tell me to let everyone by. I'm very confused.
It decided you were on pit road, and then when you turned back out, it decided you were not on pit road, and it was okay. So the vehicles that were behind you stay behind you because you exited the pits where you exited the pits.
I exited up in front of them, though.
Then I got no idea. That was my best guess.
Yeah, that I don't even know what's going on there.
Oh, man.
I'm laughing my ass off, though.
Is this force?
Couldn't happen to a better person.
So 3 C2X trucks wreck each other, and another 4th one does something silly going to the pit road. This has been a great caution for you guys.
No.
That's entertaining. All right. Let's get back to the racing, shall we? Let's get back to it. Lucas gets the launch. Coming down the front stretch here. It's a great push from Quinn Newton. Heading off into turn number 1. Quinn was ready for that one. Sends him off into the corner. Wilson's trying to go the long way around, way up the hill. See what kind of speed Brad Wilson can get down the straightaway here. He's going to cut it back to the inside. Challenge for the lead. Not quite there. Couldn't get alongside. Yeah, I know he doesn't claim you. Hayes, we don't claim Hayden unless he wins. Fair. Right now he's battling hard with Casey Graves. Brad Wilson trying to get to the outside of Lucas Oitzway here. Lucas has been running the flat, so I don't think he'll have a problem with 51 getting to his outside. Thank you for the follow, Dakota. Welcome on in on Twitch. I know normally you're over on the YouTubes. Brad Wilson really putting up a fight here on this outside line, trying to give Lucas all he can handle. Woo! Definitely driving it hard. Got that tailgate up against the fence coming out of 4. He has a low drag sticker on just about everything, doesn't he? Puts a low drag and C2X on most of his things. I mean, I have Shine and Gooms on my car, but it's a little different. My Gooms logos are big. My Shine logos are small. Everyone knows who the priority is. And Wilson gets that lap led by the edge of the front splitter. Internet went out for Gatlin. Oh no, we had that last night for Kenny. Kenny definitely feels your pain, as he said in chat right at the same time. Kenny had the same problem. Last night's how he didn't get to run in Cup. Brad Wilson put up a fight on the outside lane here. Wonder if he's trying to run to those stage points. Probably burning up a little more truck than Lucas is right here. At the line. It's your guess. It's your guess at the line there. Holy crap.
Take it low, Dave.
Yeah, it's a tough track. I've never been a fan of it, and it doesn't help the whole Kenny Irwin, Adam Petty thing. This is what I think of when we come here, and Adam Petty was my favorite driver, so not a fan of this place at all. No, I'd rather run this than Sonoma. Yeah, it's part of it, Kenny. The flatness is frustrating. Lucas able to hang on to the lead after a several lap battle side by side. Casey Graves runs in third, then Quinn Newton. Travis Martin has Hayden Law alongside the 63 and 56. Yeah, if it even had like some decent progressive banking, like leave the bottom kind of flat and stack it up at the top more than it already does. You know, it's not a lot. It does have progressive banking, but it's not a lot. If they just went more aggro on it and like doubled it, it'd be awesome. It'd be totally awesome.
I was just scared I got India.
The top 5 gets kind of single file. Montrose, Cooper, Teague, and Munchell, they're kind of single file. Nick Cooper up into the top 10, starting in the back. Slowly been working his way forward. J Munch tagged the wall, and look at the single file parade we got. It is quite the parade. Oh no, did we lose Beach? I think we lost Beach. We have lost Andrew Beach. That's true. The IndyCar races here are cool. And open wheel, like the modifieds here are really cool. It's just, oh, J Munch is dead. Did he hit it? See if he hits it. Oh, yeah, he got it pretty hard there. And then it popped back into place. That's fortunate. Got one of them cheater trucks. Got one of them cheater trucks, puts itself back together. Night ending damage was the report for Andrew Beach, so he must have had too much damage were done. Unfortunate for the 71 team. Lucas Brad, Casey Quinn, and Hayden, your top 5. Travis Martin now 6. And Montrose has Nick Cooper there. Colin Teague, Cody Brown. See Ian running way lower than all of those. Blake Giglio, Cliff Mullins, J Munch, Michael Deach being passed by Daniel O'Wallen for 14th. Matt Benke is right there. Hayden throws the slider on Quinn. Quinn's going to gas up back to his inside. They make contact. Pushes Hayden up a little bit. Travis Martin, no contact. He just finds the wall and says hello to him. Hayden takes over 4th. The trucks do not have fast repairs. Trucks do not have them. Pretty sure the top 3 series don't have them. At least I don't think Xfinity has them. I don't remember. I know Cup doesn't. Truck doesn't. Xfinity does? There you go. I couldn't remember. I know Arca does. You just went after murdering while in an Iowa. Good way to remember. Lucas continues to dominate. Brad Wilson, Casey Graves. Hayden up to 4th. Quinn trying to hold off Travis Martin.
I'm not trying to frustrate you, Nick. I just run 2 different lines. Let's go.
Yeah, Super Speedway definitely does, because every race is a Super Speedway, and it would suck to have your night end early because of something you didn't do. And it's very easy to have that happen. So that's why I have it over there. I actually did put it to a vote, though. I put it to a vote to see if they wanted one in Super Speedway, and the vote came back yes. GT3 also has one, because we're a bunch of oval races and road courses. What the hell do we know? Nick Cooper putting the pressure on Ian Montrose for 7th. Had been up running high. Now he's gotten to the inside of Montrose. Montrose was running the apron. Weird to see them flip-flopped. Neither one running where they want to run, as they are side by side. We can do races after this, because apparently Davis has NIS instead. Into this lap, we give away the stage points. And Lucas is well in control of that. Brad Wilson, Casey Graves, Hayden Lowe. Travis Martin, side by side with Quinn Newton, Nick Cooper, battling with Montrose. Those parts of the stage battles will be interesting, but this part's not. Lucas way out in front. And he'll come to the stripe, get the green and white checkered flag. Lucas gets to the 10 points. Brad Wilson 9, Casey Graves 8, Hayden Lowe 7, Quinn Newton 6, Travis Martin 5, Ian Montrose 4, Nick Cooper 3, Colin Teague 2, and Cody Brown picks up 1. Downtown Cody Brown. That's a little shakeout at the line.
You know, Bradley, I just thought about what you said. And I thought about it, and no.
Amusing. It has helped the racing.
You don't want to drive around track backwards?
Because the people that drive like idiots don't get to drive like idiots twice. They only get to do it once. So in that degree, yes, it has helped the racing. See Lucas just cruising. Just right on board with them. Just for funsies. He did think about it. He gave it the thought. He's diamond lined and all the way to the flat right by that wall to straighten out the exit. As best he can, get the rear tires hooked up. He's running this line out in front, so it's not like he was trying to pass anybody. He's just using it because it straightens up the exits and keeps the pressure off that right front a little bit more. The rear tires aren't as lateral as you're putting down the accelerator, so it helps the rear tire wear as well. This time he enters a little higher, but he's still going to exit right by the wall. It's crazy that he uses the pit exit section to get through there. Lap 69, and it is going to go to Lucas Hoytsway. 69 of the magic mile. And that'll be 69 complete. Let's check out Brad Wilson. See the line that he's running. So he's up above that first lane till exit at least. And then he drops it down in that bottom lane. Doesn't run the apron at all in the 51 truck. We're able to race GT3 next week? Hell yeah. We're running Mount Panorama tomorrow. Going up and down the mountain for 30 minutes. Be able to watch that here in both the YouTube and Twitch channels. Brad Wilson way up the hill. A little too high up the hill, I think. I don't think he meant to go that high. Now Hayden to close in a little bit, but then uses that straight exit to drive away. Now Hayden running more of the Lucas lane, gets all the way down on the flat. Brad Wilson is deliberately running that high, okay. Shows what I know. Not as high this time. So the gap Lucas has, almost 5 seconds over this group. Very single file. Casey Graves, Travis Martin, Nick Cooper, Ian Montrose, Quinn Newton, Blake Giglio, Colin T, Cody Brown, Cliff Mullins, Jay Munch, Daniel Llewellyn, Michael Deach, way over here. 5 seconds off of Daniel Llewellyn. There's Daddy Dave. Dave had to have that hole during the race. He's hoping for a caution to get back on the lead lap. Where is C2X when he needs them? There's the cap Lucas has. Holy crap. Way over here. Lucas dominating this race as pretty much everyone predicted in the Discord before the race. Cody Brown battling Cliff Mullins for 11th. It's his Harley Davidson machine ahead of the Curly's Guns and More. About the only battle we've had in a while. And the Hayden trying to change that. Battle for second heating up. Hayden a couple tenths quicker the last few laps. Battle between the 51 and 56 for that second spot. Woo, Travis, hang on to it, buddy. Ghostman was all over the place coming out of that turn 4. Nick Cooper not quite close enough to capitalize, but man, Ghostman was dancing out of turn 4. Nick Cooper now trying to put the move on, going through 1 and 2. Travis is once again fishtailing out of the corner. That'll be advantage Nick Cooper. Meanwhile, Hayden Law's thrown the slider. Brad Wilson get back to the inside. Hayden pretty confident that move's going to stick. Brad's alongside. See if he gives it back to him going into 1. Is going to give him that slider in 1. Hayden's going to cut it back to the inside, and I feel like we're watching a dirt race all of a sudden. Back to the inside becomes the Napa truck, battling the Shenandoah Shine Ford. No qualifying for Lucas. Must start at the tail of the field. That'd be a fun rule. Anyone over like a certain I rating has to start in the back. You're welcome to the race, you have to start in the back. So where do you draw that line? 3K? Comes a truck to the pit lane. That looked like the 15 of Cher. And it is 34 laps since he was last on the pit lane. Lucas has been 39. So I don't think it's a fuel situation. And Jeremy Scherer decided to come to the pit lane. Hayden now ahead of Brad Wilson. See Wilson sliding the back tires out of the corner. Casey Graves in 4th. Nick Cooper, his teammate, in 5th. Travis Martin, Ghostman, in 6th. Ian in 7th. Quinn Newton 8th. Blake Giglio 9th. And Colin T, your top 10. Cliff Mullins is 11th. Cody Brown is 12th. Jay Munch 13th. Daniel Llewellyn 14th. Daddy Dave rides 15th, 1 lap down. Ahead of Michael Deach. And Jeremy Scherer coming out of the pit lane. He's going to go 2 laps down as Lucas Oiso swoops around the outside. Deach had a struggle there in the 07. Thought he might have a tire problem the way he pulled all the way to the inside. Lucas closing in to put him 2 laps down. Check in where Dave is. There's Dave. Dave's about half a lap away from Lucas, I think, ish. Nope, not even a full half lap. Lucas is closing in to put him 2 laps down. Hayden's at the pit lane.
Quitting Jeremy.
Quinn Newton's also at the pit lane. So Hayden, the first one, hitting the pit lane. He had 5 seconds to make up, so I think Lucas just waited until the second place pit. And now Lucas is coming to the pit lane. A race leader. Nice and tidy. Knew he had a big advantage. Doesn't have to be perfect on this stop. Just needs to not have a penalty. Should be back out in front. 41 laps since they turned him green. Brad Wilson's going to stay out. Casey Graves does as well. Travis Martin does. On the pit lane, Nick Cooper brings the 53 Mobil 1 machine. Cody Brown, Harley Davidson machine. And we look for Brad Wilson. There he is, backstretch, going into 3. Hayes says they got to stop one more time.
Been there.
If they can only go 42, then yes. Many of them will have to stop, but some of them might not. I'm looking at Blake Giglio. He does not have to stop another time. He pit 10 laps after everybody else.
I got 5 minutes of optional, Lucas. Just let me know where you want to go.
So things are
I'll be
interesting.
down on that bottom.
Here comes Casey Graves. 43 laps for him. Daniel's another one that could make it, along with Jay Munch and Cliff Mullins on just one more stop.
Sounds good.
One thing.
So there are some trucks that could make it. If 42 is all they can go, 42,
Yeah,
43.
I'm just gonna let you go here.
A lot of these guys here can't make it. Montrose to the pit lane.
Thank you.
Been 43 laps for him. Brad Wilson's still out there. Wonder how much saving Brad Wilson's done, because he's already 44 laps into this thing. I think he needs to go to 85 if he wants to make it to the end, based on his numbers here. But yeah, the Giglio, Mullins, Munchell, and Llewellyn trucks could be sitting pretty on strategy here. There is the top of that strategy, Blake Giglio.
Fucking destroyed.
Casey Graves does have the right side absolutely pounded in. Didn't see that happen to him. Colin T just smacked the wall. It's probably another 7 laps before we see Blake Giglio, Cliff Mullins, Jay Munch, and Daniel Llewellyn pit as they get passed by all the trucks on the new tires. Brad Wilson completes his 4-tire stop. Down and away for the Shine crew. They'll rejoin the action here. Of the trucks that pit, Lucas is out in front, ahead of Hayden Mull by 5.3 seconds. So that 1 lap quicker pit did not matter much. By my numbers, if they can go 40, if these trucks can make it to the end of 90, you hear Blake shutting it off there. If they can make it to the end of 90, they should be able to cut out a pit stop. Lucas is only 10 seconds behind them, though. And he's catching Daniel. So it may not matter much. Oh, Colin Teague in the outside wall, then nearly into the inside wall. Colin Teague not having fun. He's hit the wall twice in the last 2 laps. Cody Brown's hit the wall. Colin Teague sliding to 52 on the inside. Please don't bring out a caution. Let's see how this plays out. Cliff Mullins hits the pit lane now, and only 37 laps since he was last on the pit lane, so that's not going to be enough. Unless he can go 44 laps. I think the cautions help
What
some
kind of
of those.
mass kills do you possess to do that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I got that PJ1 down there.
Dave Hoyson was
Dad.
staying out hoping for a caution. Didn't get it. Blake still out there rolling. Just right on board here where he's lifting and coasting and clutching and all that good stuff. You hear him push it in, clutching into 3 there. Lets it drift up the hill, then gets back on the gas. Very easy onto the gas. Takes the shortest way around as he can. Gets back in the throttle ever so lightly. His weight's on it. Doesn't sound at any point full throttle. Daniel O'Wallen has hit the pit lane. Alright, Blake has completed 40 laps on this run, and we have 40 laps to go. Probably see him pit here. He has 6 seconds over Lucas. Oh, he's getting slidey. Both of them have to pit again, so that 6 seconds is going to come into play, and I believe Lucas is going to have the speed.
6.5 this time.
Would be my guess, based on how slow Blake has to go right here. Is it this time for Blake? Nope. He will stay out another one. All the while, Lucas made up about a full second on that lap. Lucas is coming, and I mean in a hurry. Might be on the same straightaway now.
Go away!
There's Blake going into 3.
I refuse, sir. That's a mosquito at the bottom.
Looks like Blake way off the pace. Is he pitting? Yes. Blake Giglio on the pit lane finally. Lucas will take over the race lead. There is Blake making what should be his final pit stop. And I definitely wanted to go green to see how all this plays out. Be very interesting. Guess we don't need the onboard thing anymore, huh? We're not on board anymore. Hayden Lowell in second, 6.5 seconds back. Nick Cooper is third. Brad Wilson fourth.
Yeah, thank you.
There is Travis Martin in fifth. Casey Graves is sixth. Quinn Newton seventh. Ian Montrose right behind him in eighth. Blake Giglio coming off the pit lane in ninth. Able to pit and stay on the lead lap because he was leading. Let's check where Lucas is. There he is. Now Blake has the fresher tires. Still going to have to save a ton of fuel. We'll see how much he's saving now that he's out of the pit lane. Still being very ginger with it, and this is fresh off the pit lane, so he knows it's going to be close. He knows. Hear him clutching outside the truck. No clutching for Lucas. You hear him downshift, but no clutching. Using the transmission to slow the truck down a little bit on corner entry. Get the truck to rotate too. Heading back into turn number 1. Check for Hayden here. There's Hayden just now coming out of 4. Massive lead. Jay Lynch hits the outside wall coming out of the turn. Lapped up to 9th place has Lucas. Nick Cooper in 3rd. He's got all kinds of trucks around him. Battling right now with Dave Hoytsma. Has Michael Deach and Jay Munch and Matt Benke just ahead. Jay Munch and Deach is for position. That is for 11th. Matt Benke currently 5 laps down. Had an issue on that Victoria's Secret truck early on. We lost 6 of our trucks. Cliff Mullins, Colin Teague, Andrew Beach, Gatlin Downey, Mike Edwards, and TJ Floyd are all out.
You can take it over.
Casey Graves still nursing that right front that's been smacked in pretty good. I don't know if a wall or a truck did that. That right front not looking the greatest on that number 4 Toyota. Closest battle on the track. It's teammates Jeremy Scher and Cody Brown, 17 and 15. A couple of 10-cent Chevrolets coming out turn number 4. Off the lead lap and having fun racing one another. Scher rocking the old Looney Tunes paint scheme from Dale Jr. That was 2002. I don't know, cars up there. And Shearer looking to the inside to take away 13th. Trying to draw alongside. I need to sneeze. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, a little slow there. Okay, I'm in the race truck as well. Meanwhile, Jeremy Shearer to the inside of Cody Brown, got the nose out of front. Cody drives a hard on corner entry way up the hill. Shearer can make it up around the bottom. Cody has 4 lap fresher tires. See if that plays a factor at all into that battle. Everyone else is about a half second or more apart. When Newton and Casey Graves are a little close. Thanks, Avid. Shit won't fun, says Cliff. Is that because of the track? I thought you were one of the ones that were going to make it on a fuel strategy. Wasn't supposed to want to wreck the whole team. Is that I wreck the whole team with a 9 in there? Lucas, 7 seconds now over Hayden. It's almost as bad as the beating Nick Cooper put on Blake Giglio on dirt. Nick Cooper riding 3rd. Brad Wilson 4th. Travis Martin within a second of Brad. Casey Graves, Quinn Newton kind of close. And they're right behind our other battle of Jeremy Shearer and Cody Brown. Look, Cody just scraped the wall coming out of the corner. So that's going to let Shearer get away. And it's going to help Quinn Newton catch Casey Graves a little bit. Graves had to check up for the 17. Now they're down to 4/10 apart. Try with Quinn for a little bit. See how things go. Oh, right when we go to look at him. Contact with Cody Brown. And a caution comes out. That just screws Blake. Screws Blake in a big way.
Alright, Daniel, let's go. I want to be on his bumper when I come to pit road.
I may have came up, but I'm not sure.
Well, let's
So
see.
if and when he overshoots his box, I have a chance.
Little neck code, a little Cody was away from the wall, and Quinn didn't think he would be there. Would be my opinion. Cody's got some room to the wall. Net code played a role, and yeah, I wouldn't have expected Cody to be that far down. Unfortunate.
Show off. You're a big show off. Yeah, you right next to me. Show off.
Here they come to the pit lane. Of course we get the other end. I want this end. There we go. Watch everybody at the pit lane. If you're on lead lap, you're hitting pit lane. I'm trying all our new cameras. See what it looks like on the pit lane. Does Lucas slide the box again or no? He does not. Nice and tidy in the box this time. The all-white pit box. Doesn't even have a pit board. It's very plain. Very plain. Down and away. It'll be Lucas across the line first. Hayden gets out in second. Nick Cooper third. He's going to come out fourth. Looks like Brad Wilson. Travis Martin. Casey Graves. Ian Montrose. Then Blake Giglio. Quinn Newton in ninth. And, well, Daniel or J Munch, one of the two. Last two in the lead lap on the pit lane. Daniel and J Munch. Well, all right. Lucas loses his massive lead. J Munch getting a wave around. I believe that was Dave Hoytsma as well taking a wave around. Come around and pick up a lap. J Munch will be on the lead lap as a result. Daddy Dave goes from 2 down to 1. Now he has 4 trucks to fight for the lucky dog. No bracket, just following the Gators. What's the score of the BYU Bama game? It's probably over, right?
Probably gonna get a black flag because the guy didn't catch up.
I was right behind you. I'm not.
Oh, Nick Cooper.
Black flag.
Nick still fighting
I
it.
got a black flag.
Nick fought that thing all the way through turns 1 and 2. Fell all the way to 8th, but my goodness. Absolutely sideways. Wilson, Hayden, Lull side by side as they watch Lucas do the alien line down there on the apron. Bama won by a mile. Kelly, oh, they're crashing. Ian Montrose the outside wall.
Nick, sorry.
Ian Montrose has a fender fall off and he's dropping down the order. He'll fall to the end of the top 10. Wilson and Lull still battling. Battle for
I
second.
stepped on my PP anyway.
Michael Leach and Nick Cooper had contacts. Ian Montrose is a part of that. So.
My teammates was not very lucky.
Oof, big wiggle out of Casey Graves back there. Casey struggling a bit after contacts. Nick Cooper getting by him. Teammates. True Speed Toyotas trade the 6th spot. It's behind him, Matt Benke. 5 laps down, but running fast. Michael Deach. And we get our 6th caution. What had happened? Ian. Oh, looks like he got the lovely broken race truck after all the contact. Let's see if the ass just comes right around on him. The race truck decided it didn't want to go the right direction no more. Oh my god. Daddy Dave almost died. Alright, let's go watch the original part of that. Before all the brokenness. Alright, through here. Martin Graves. Newton. Mackin starts to come around. He saves it up into Nick Cooper. And then into the outside wall. Nobody else hits the rear end, so I'm a little shocked that it did that in the corner. You'd think you would see it there if it was going to do it. First time around. Then he goes on around. Gets down in turn 3. Doesn't have a big moment there. Gets down here and then the back end comes around. Interesting. Well, it looks like Ian has poofed. J Munch on the pit lane after taking the wave around, gets to bolt on 4 fresh tires. He'll be excited about that. Michael Deach on the lead lap. I think Deach got the wave around, if I believe the timing of that one. Handful of trucks left. Let's check in with Lucas. Talk with them. Oh, yeah. Let's see what he's got to say. A handful of laps to go. Lucas DG, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, no more pit stops, we don't think. Down to the end of this one. Been running that alien line and pulling away each time. Do these cautions worry you a little bit that someone might be able to try something stupid before you get to pull away?
Yeah, it's been really good at saving tire and keeping them cold. So that's why, I mean, it starts out like even with the outside, and then about 15 laps in, it just starts pulling away because I'm going way slower at the apex, so I'm saving tire. And now that we're like 20 to go, I kind of lost that advantage. So now I'm just going to have to hope I can keep them behind me. These guys are really fast on the short run.
10-4, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Race leader Lucas Hoysma. A little bit nervous now that the lap count is low and these guys are able to have really good short run speed according to Lucas, so could be exciting. Lucas and Hayden, your front row. Wilson and Martin, row 2. Newton and Cooper, row 3. Graves and Wallen, row 4. Giglio Munchell, row 5. It won't, says Cliff. Green flag back out in the air as Barney gets us going once again. And Barney is the color of Lucas's Hoismith truck. He's going to run a little bit up the lane as Brad Wilson tries to get to his inside. I've not seen Lucas had to defend from a truck on his inside before this race. See if they can keep it there. Lucas gets a really good drive off the corner, though, and he'll be able to take whatever line he wants down into 3. And he'll go right back down to that bottom lane. Hayden, I believe, is going to pull on Brad Wilson here and get clear for second, and he does. Travis Martin looking at the inside of Brad. As we get single file through the top, Quinn Newton, first one side by side with anyone, has Nick Cooper. Battle for 5th. Looks like Hayden absolutely flogging that Napa truck, trying to get up to Lucas. I don't think he's saving anything at the moment. Knows that if he waits, he's just going to pull away. Doesn't matter. Pulling away anyway. Brad Wilson rides third. Travis Martin 4th. And everyone's kind of single file all the way back to Deitch. Deitch around Benke and Cody Brown. Those trucks not battling him. Benke gets around Ian Montrose, who's up to 15th. Way to stick with it, Matt, and pick up some spots. This looks fun. Daniel Llewellyn, Blake Giglio, Casey Graves, Jay Munch. That's 4 trucks, 4 position. Ian Montrose back out on track in the 1. Oh, we got a smoker. Blake downshift it and blow it up. I think he did. And Alt F4 is out of there. Blake Giglio just blew it up. Wow. Unfortunate for Blake. Fortunately for Lucas, Blake did not bring out a caution. Oh, Casey Graves, huge slide in the 4 truck. Gave up a ton of momentum. Stays ahead of the only truck behind him for position, Michael Deitch. Jay Munch, Llewellyn, Newton. Lots of developments here late in the going. Blake Giglio blowing a motor. Should be Matt Benke. Move up a spot. Ian Montrose, since he's back out there, he can move up one as well. There goes Lucas and Hayden. Brad Wilson, Travis Martin, Nick Cooper. Hayden's trying on Lucas, but he just cannot get it on the corner entry, and then corner exit. Lucas just spanks him. Nick Cooper trying to work on Travis Martin here. Currently the highest Toyota in the field in 5th. Look at all this beautiful single file. Deitch, thanks for being the only one. Wasn't on the inside lane. Gets clear of share. Not for position, but hey, we got to see trucks side by side, damn it. Half second between the top 2. Brad Wilson another second back. Travis Martin, Nick Cooper still the closest battle on track. Let's ride along with the 53. Get on the roof cam. Hang out with a few laps here. Some trucks out of the race now. It's getting pretty spread out. Side of this battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Travis way up the hill. Let's see if that plays into any advantage for Cooper or Martin. He's side by side, and Travis sounds like he hit the wall there. Jumped out, and Nick Cooper takes over 4th. That's Ghostman sliding back a spot. So Lucas really backing up the entries, and Hayden drives them hard as crap. So when they're going through the front stretch, it's about a half second or more gap. Corner entry, it drops down to about 2/10. And then on exit, Lucas drives away again. Lucas is backing up those corners so much, and Hayden is definitely doing the exact opposite, just driving it in there. Trying to get as close as he can. Give Lucas a little worry, and he drives away again on corner exit. It's hammer time. It's still a sound command, by the way. Be funny if I could start sending the alerts to the drivers. Hey Lucas, Avid says. Maybe something we should put on like a channel point redemption or something. Send a message to driver. Michael Deach. Going past J-Munch. Go back. Gets to the inside coming out of turn 2, and I believe J-Munch might hit the wall. Yep. Slowed him down enough that Deach got by. Nick Cooper closing in on Brad Wilson. Cooper's got some late run speed going. 18 laps on this set of tires for these guys. And Hayden still steadily falling back. Closest battle is Nick Cooper and Brad Wilson, and then J-Munch and Deach still. They're about the same at a half second each. Jump back on with Nick Cooper. And there is your top 3 ahead. Take a few laps around Nick Cooper. See if Hayden can reel in Lucas at all, but it's getting worse. Lucas pulling away at the front. Hayden just send it in on entry. It's very sideways on exit. You don't hear Lucas doing that. I wonder if that's the difference. You just don't hear the wheel spin that you hear out of Hayden coming off the corner. Could be a lot of how Lucas is able to be alien. Better out of Hayden that time. Didn't hear the wheel spin. Whoa, that was scary. That was scary switching to that camera at that time. Oh, Michael Deach, way out of shape. Still way out of shape. Still pulling away from J-Munch. Jeez. And checking on our closest battle on the track with 7 to go. It was J-Munch and Deach for 9th. Deach went dancing every which way. J-Munch is missing a left front fender. I wonder if that was recent. Not 116 it says. About 9 laps ago. And that battle looks kind of settled, as does all the rest. Now we'll just talk about how great Lucas is, I guess. Purple People Leader comes out of turn number 4. Under the start finish line. It'll be 5 laps to go from the Magic Mile in New Hampshire. Lucas been dominant all race long. These late race cautions definitely made him sweat a little bit, but only for a lap or 2. At least made him nervous for a moment. Hopefully Hayden pulls an Austin Dillon. He can't even reach him to do an Austin Dillon. He'd have to go backwards. No way Hayden can get there. This is the gap first to second. Brad Wilson, Nick Cooper, Travis Martin in the top 5. Quinn Newton running in 6th. And then you have Daniel Wallen in 7th. Ian Montrose not only that there, he's 6 laps down, 15th. Last truck still running. Casey Graves in 8th. Michael Deach 9th. J-Munch 10th. That's all your lead lap trucks. Dave Hoytsma running 1 lap down in 11th. Jeremy Scherer 1 lap down in 12th. Cody Brown 1 lap down in 13th. Matt Benke 5 laps down in 14th. And then the aforementioned Ian Montrose 6 laps down in 15th. Lucas out of turn 2. Down the back stretch. Seems everything's pretty spread out. As we've mentioned a time or two, J-Munch and Deach for 9th is the only thing even remotely close. Hayden's fallen 1.6 seconds back. Brad Wilson closer to Hayden than Hayden is to Lucas.
Come on, make it interesting.
You know, I thought about what you said. Nick Cooper catching Brad Wilson. I think that was just from overdriving the corner entry.
Good win, Lucas. Good win, Lucas. Good win, Lucas. Good win, Lucas.
Hayden trying to make the caution come out.
Good win, Lucas. Good win, Lucas. Good win. God damn it. Good. God damn it.
Did not bring out the caution. Did not jinx him. A white flag out in the air. Final time around for Lucas. Extremely dominant truck this race. Definitely deserves the win. There's Cody Brown trying to not go 2 laps down. Or maybe he is trying to go 2 laps down. Doesn't want to do another lap at this place. You never know which one is which. One more time around 3 and 4. Lucas Oiswa brings that 97.712 brakes truck off of turn number 4. And Lucas Oiswa will get the checker flag here at New Hampshire. He'll be your winner. Hayden Wall second. Brad Wilson third. Nick Cooper fourth. And we'll get the Ghost Man Travis Martin Holman fifth. Quinn Newton sixth. Daniel Llewellyn in 7th, Casey Graves eventually in 8th, Michael Deach and J Munch the last 2. There's Deach, there's J Munch, and your winner is Lucas Heusma. Check in on Mr. Lucas, always doing celebrations in the grass. Hold on, let's see if I can quickly get him a burnout cam. See if I can do this quick. I have to pull up some things here. That's the first thing. Give me 2 seconds. Make that go away. Bring this up. This needs to go way down here. A little bit more. A little more. Then this needs to go way over here. And then Daniel's gonna be in the way. Dang it, Daniel. There you go, burnout can. We did it. Lucas always was your winner. Let's pull him in. Alright, third time we're talking to you today, but this time it's because you're doing burnouts. You got the victory here. You held him off there at the end. You blowed the motor for good measure. How was it out there tonight?
Man, that was, you know, I haven't felt that good in a while. That was, I felt really, really good tonight. I felt like I had full control of this thing, and it fit my driving style well. You get a little shifting setup. It's kind of like a next gen, and get that, you dewage the car on the banking, and yeah, that was a ton of fun.
Did mention that a few times. That's great. Well, congrats on the victory here at New Hampshire. Got your teammates out there celebrating with you, and your dad has to be fun there. Unfortunately, Dad didn't quite have the same great night. Did finish 11th, so good run there, keeping the truck in one piece and bringing it home.
Yeah, good night from the team. Daniel with a 7th as well. Happy for him, and yeah, just a big shout out to Quinn 712 Brakes, you for broadcasting, everybody for putting this thing on, and yeah.
And Daniel making all that damn noise.
And Daniel blowing my eardrums out.
At least Quinn did get the 6th place, so you know, we shout him out for his sponsorship and the good finish. Yeah.
I didn't see his name was dimmed for me. I see it now. That's awesome.
Yeah, good night for Quinn. All right, well, appreciate you. And finally, that damn motor blew.
All right, you blew.
Congrats on that victory. You got their friends, family, sponsors now that we can hear them.
Yeah, just yeah, Quinn and 712 Brakes, and you for broadcasting or putting this thing on, and just everybody for racing tonight. It was a lot of green flag racing.
Yeah, did pretty good tonight. All right, man. Appreciate you. Congrats on the victory, and we'll see you. Well, go ahead and tell us what's next week for CTC, just for fun.
Oh, you know, it's Talladega.
Yep.
It's gonna be a race, I'm sure, and
Yes.
I'm sure we'll go around in circles 75 times, maybe more.
And somebody's going to win.
And somebody's gonna win for sure.
All right, man. Get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, thank you.
Lucas Heitzmer, you're a winner here tonight as we go track down a 2nd place. Hayden Law. Did he disappear? Did he? Oh, there he is. I never know which driver chat to look for you. Always in the wrong one. Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'd be a lot better if that damn 97 car wasn't in this race.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just always someone better than you. Whether they're in the race or not is a different story. But
it's always Lucas too. He's just been on a heater this season.
yeah, and you know, Lucas has always been dominant at this track. He runs that alien line that it seems like very few people can replicate.
Yeah, I tried a couple of times and I could never replicate it to the same success he could, and
Yeah, it looked like every time you tried, you lost 2 or 3 tenths on him.
Yeah, I tried that like almost like a slide job line, and that seemed to work solid for me, but Lucas would just yard me on the exit of the corners. I would never have a chance to do anything.
Yeah, you were overdriving the entries by about 4 or 5 tenths, and you'd catch right up to him, and then as soon as he got the truck turned, he would disappear on you.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that. Like, he found the perfect time to turn down and get straight off the corner, and I don't know. I could never do it. Props to him.
All right. Well, that P2 finish still pretty strong in the old Napa truck. Got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us.
Yeah, Napa Auto Parts, Arc Music, C2X, Madigan Motorsports, Low Drag Esports as always. 712. Wait, no, this is not the 712 Brakes Truck Series.
They still help you. You can name them.
Yeah.
They're on the title card
just,
along with them. So.
Yeah, the Low Drag Esports Truck Series, 712 Brakes. You Swiss for putting on the broadcast. Everyone else for coming out and racing with us. Cody Brown for putting on our truck league, and everyone for watching and helping us out.
Pretty good. We'll take it for tonight. You sound kind of out of sorts.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, you seem like you're disappointed.
It's hot. It's tired. And
it's tired.
Lucas is kind of Lucas is being really demoralizing this season with the wins. So I'd love to start spanking him a couple of times.
Sounds hot. All right. Well, you two have a great time. We go see you on the mountain tomorrow.
No, I don't think. I think next time we see me a sidecar.
All right. We'll see you Sunday.
All right. See ya.
Hayden Lowell in the 56, bringing it home P2. Check down that old Brad Wilson fella. He's up in the waiting room. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. What a great fella waiting for me in the waiting room. Brad Wilson, hi.
How's it going?
It's going good. You're the best of the Fords tonight. That had to feel good.
Yeah. I just wish we kind of had something for Hayden and Lucas there at the end.
Yeah, them two Chevys were able to drive away from you. Looked like you had good short run speed, but the long runs, they would just kind of yard you a little bit.
Oh yeah, they got the whole downshifting thing. I didn't even think we were going to be able to do it until I heard Lucas doing it underneath me. But I tried it there at the end, started gaining a little bit. I just wasn't comfortable with it like they were.
You need a little more practice with it to figure it out, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably my 4th race at New Hampshire, so I don't race this often, but I'd like to get better at it. It's a fun.
You know what's fantastic here?
The road course.
Indy cars on the oval. It's awesome.
Might have to try it.
Yeah, because the flat corners don't matter as much. You still got all that downforce in the car, so it's awesome.
True.
Yeah, it's a good time. Them in modifieds. All right, man. Congrats on that P3 finish. You got the Friends, Family, and shout-outs for it?
Shando, Shine.co, Moon Car, Slow Vision, K Designs, Nick Cooper and Casey Graves for coming out racing with us. Blake Giglio, the other Shine truck out there. Shout out to him.
True Shine
Lucas
and the Shine
Hayden,
Way.
They're always fast, and I'm in a points battle with Lucas for a reason. Dude's fast week in, week out. Doesn't matter where we are. The field for showing up, putting on a pretty good race. We had some yellows, but had a lot of green flag runs, so that was a lot of fun. You for putting this on, everyone for watching at home.
All right, let's see if you remember. What happened lap 1?
TJ Floyd just punted the absolute hell out of Matt Banky and bounced to the brake, and I nailed it with my right front.
Sounds hot. All right, congrats on the podium finish here tonight, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
All right, thank you, sir.
Brad Wilson bringing home P3. Thanks to all of our racers here tonight. Appreciate everybody coming out. Let's go over to our final results and get that sorted out. Of course, Lucas with the win. Hayden Law, Brad Wilson on the podium. Nick Cooper, Travis Martin rounding out your top 5. Then Quinn Newton, Daniel Lawal, and Casey Graves, Michael Teach, and Jay Munch getting top 10s. Dave Hoytsma, Jeremy Scherer, Cody Brown, Matt Benke, Ian Montrose, Blake Giglio, Cliff Mullins, Colin Teague, Andrew Beach, and Gatlin Downey. Final 2, TJ Floyd and Mike Edwards. Those two made a lap, I believe, and just parked them. Well, that is going to be all your trucks for tonight. Thanks so much to all of our admins, all of our drivers, all of our fans coming out. Appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and run through our sponsor slides to get the bills paid so we can get on out of here and do some fun stuff after this. I don't even know what we're going to do because I heard our plans have changed, but that's okay. We have Wild Horse Broadcasting to our ARCA series on Monday night. Wannagoons does our Dirt Late Model series on Tuesday to start us off on our doubleheader. Then the final leg of that doubleheader is the Arc Music Xfinity series. Always a good time there. 712 Brakes puts on our Cup Series on Wednesday with the Next Gens with Lucas and CTC. Then we move on over to the Truck Series every Friday night with Low Drag Esports and 712 Brakes putting this on for us on Thursdays. And tomorrow, we're going on the mountain with the Fort Worth Screen Printing GT3 Series, so that'll be a good time. And then after that, Golden Eagle Syrup puts on our Super Speedway Series. Always a good time. Never know who's going to win that. Evers Fever Podcast does our Gen 6 Leagues on Sunday. And then we move over to Big C's Diecast. Big C giving away 5 diecasts this season, including one in my Easter egg basket here. So if one of you can pull the egg, the golden egg, you will win a diecast. CTC Race Network, of course, our broadcast partners on Wednesday. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here tonight. We appreciate you so much, and we will see you soon. All right, that wraps up the YouTube. Now we're back to Twitch and get the music back on. We can do the whodunits.